Is the Democratic Party in Maine and perhaps across the entire nation abandoning its core values in a desperate, last-ditch effort to unseat a political powerhouse? We are witnessing a political spectacle that is, quite frankly, as alarming as it is baffling. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss any of our deep dive analysis. The situation centers on Maine's Senate race, where Democrats are throwing their full weight behind Graham Plattner. On the surface, you have a veteran, a former Marine who served 4 combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. But beneath that veneer, there is a trail of digital wreckage that has left even his own party members in a state of visible discomfort. We are talking about deleted Reddit posts that paint a picture far removed from traditional democratic values. Plattner has described himself as a communist and a socialist. He has allegedly used homophobic slurs. He has made disparaging comments about the military, including a particularly horrifying moment where he mocked a Purple Heart recipient, Teddy Daniels, who was shot 4 times in combat, essentially claiming the man did not deserve to live. And if that wasn't enough to raise eyebrows, there are reports of a tattoo on his chest affiliated with Nazi ideology. State Senator Trey Stewart, a Republican, didn't mince words when speaking to Fox News Digital. He accused the Democratic Party of selling their soul just to defeat incumbent Susan Collins at any cost. Stewart believes that Plattner is nothing more than a flash in the pan for extreme liberals who have lost sight of what Maine voters actually stand for. Think about the irony here. For years, the left has built a brand around accusing the right of bigotry, misogyny, and intolerance. Yet, by backing a candidate who has allegedly engaged in the very behavior they claim to fight against, the Democratic leadership is facing a massive crisis of integrity. Are they so blinded by the desire to flip a seat that they are willing to ignore a track record that includes some of the most offensive rhetoric imaginable? Looking at the broader landscape, this isn't the first time Susan Collins has been in this position. In 2020, she faced a well-funded, high-profile challenger in Sarah Gideon. The polls consistently showed Collins trailing, sometimes by double digits, and yet, when the dust settled on election night, Collins was the one left standing. Why? Because Maine is a middle-of-the-road state. It doesn't typically reward the far left or the far right, it favors candidates who understand the specific, independent spirit of the Maine electorate. The fact that Plattner has declined to apologize or even acknowledge regret for his past comments even when pressed on camera suggests he is doubling down on a platform that is completely at odds with the average Maine voter. Stewart's assessment is that Plattner doesn't need a Senate seat, he needs help. It is an indictment of the current Democratic strategy that they would attempt to propel such a divisive figure into one of the most prestigious bodies in the world. So, what does this tell us about the state of the party? Many are asking if this reflects a tail-wagging-the-dog scenario where the most extreme voices in the party are dictating the agenda for everyone else. If this is truly the new direction for the Democratic Party, not just in Maine but nationwide, we are heading into a very dangerous place. It suggests a party that has stopped soul-searching and started soul-selling. The outcome of this race is going to be a litmus test. If Plattner wins, it confirms that base-level intensity and anti-establishment rage are the new primary drivers of American politics. If he loses, as many expect, it will serve as a harsh lesson that candidates still need to meet a basic threshold of decency to earn the trust of the American public. So, what do you think about this? Do you believe the Democratic Party is abandoning its morals to win at any cost, or is this just a rogue candidate who doesn't represent the party's platform? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This race is far from over, but one thing is clear, the road to November in Maine is going to be rocky, and the candidates involved are going to be under a microscope like never before. Stick with us, because we will be tracking every single development in this race as it happens.